In this video I will review the Pyramid widget. You can see it working or play with it on the template Miss Widgets, which is the one we are seeing right now, but now we will review it and build it from scratch. On this dashboard, this is the configuration. Since we are using the sample input source, we don't have a left and right side, which tends to be female and male mainly. That's the main usage of the Pyramid widget, but you can use it for something else. Since we don't have a left and right data on the sample data source, we are generated randomly. We create a list with left and right and get a random item from the list and set it to the variable side. And the value is the length or the value of the bar on the pyramid. In this case, we will be adding the value once for each sale. We could also add the amount, but it will grow really fast. So here we are just counting how many sales per sale bracket we're making. And some other thing you can see is that this usually is used for months or years or days, but we can use it for whatever we want. In this case, we are using it for categories. So we have a pyramid with the sales brackets, the amount every $20, and we can compare left and right is random in this case, and we can compare by scrolling the amount of sales per bracket for each category. So let's go back to the configuration. So as I said, we are counting every time a new sales is in this bracket, which we calculate by dividing the amount by 20, rounding it, so it's a number, a whole number, and then multiply it by 20 again, so we will get 0, 20, 40, 60. We set the side to the variable we have here. We have it in a variable because we are going to be using it again. Siri, which is similar to eCharts, you can see on other widgets, is it's the value we scroll by, which in this case is the category name, electronics, food, and stuff like that. And then according to the side, we set the color. For the left, this purple, and for the right, the blue. The label color will be white, and the action will be add. The other option, you can review all of this in the template. Required is the value, which is the value you will be setting or adding. Label, which is on the vertical axis, which label you are setting the value to. The side, if it's left or right. The series is the if you have more than one pyramid, you can set the series to allow it to scroll, users to scroll and compare. And you can set side to right here, and optionally you can set the color, label color, and action can be add or set. If action is not set, it's not defined, it's by default it's set. So now we review everything, and we see it working, but let's build it from scratch. You can go right now and try to build it yourself. Let's pyramid example. We are going to create a new dashboard. We are going to use the widget extension. So we have a new dashboard. We start by dropping and configuring an event source. We use sample event source because it's easier to play with. We drag and drop a transformer and a widget. We connect the three. We configure the data view to be a pyramid. We click OK. We can set the name so it's the same. And now we configure. We just go to data view, pyramid, required as before. We are going to also use this, so let's take them from here. We are going to use the list operation, in list, get we're all going to create a new variable. No, not this one. Set. We're going to have a new name for it, which will be side. We're going to remove this and create a new list with only 2 elements. We are going to get a random value, and the 2 elements will be text. One will be left, the other will be right. We're going to set this at the top. We're going to replace the value with 1. We could use amount here if you want, and you will be adding the amounts and not 1 per each sale. The label will be, as I said before, we will calculate it. This will involve some math, not too complex. We are going to round, and we will need 2 numbers. In this case we will go by 20. So first we divide by 20. What do we divide by 20? The amount, value.amount. Then we round it, and then we multiply the result of that by 20 again. You can Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V a block, or you can right click and duplicate, it's the same. We'll set the label for that. You can remove by dragging and dropping to the trash can, or by focusing the block and hitting delete on your keyboard. That's why I tend to use. And the side will be the variable side, which we have here. Series value.name, which you can check here, is the name of the category of what we are selling. Color will depend on the side, but the label color will be always white, so let's pick white for it. Action will be add. So if the variable side is equal to the text left, then the color will be, I think I picked this one, else, which means only right in this case, but would catch any case where it's something other than left. We'll set to this light blue, and I think everything is okay. We can check it here. Action is add, color, label color, all the values are set, and the ones we had before. So we have it already. It's starting to get some values. We can see we can scroll, and it's working. It will populate 80, well, here when a value appears, and it will keep populating. One thing we can do to populate it faster is we can drop a state loader and use sample element history, leave it like that, connect it to the transformer, and then click play repeatedly, which will generate events by 50, and when we load it again it will generate 50 events before loading the widgets. So now we have a decent amount of sales, and if we reload, I reloaded, and we get the initial population of sales. This was the Pyramid widget, which you can find on the widgets extension. And this video and written documentation about this video will be available in the documentation site of Event Fabric shortly. If you have any questions, just comment on the video or contact us via email, Twitter or Facebook, and we will happily reply.